What is reality, people? Let's see. This is my first live on Down the Rabbit Hole. Let's see if somebody shows up. Let's see. Let's see if they show up. Let's see. Oh, okay, I got somebody in here. Yeah, okay, let's talk about reality. There we go. There we go. What's going on? Mira, the Greyhound, what's going? You are my first guest on my live. I never went live on this platform for Down the Rabbit Hole. You're my first one. Let's talk about some stuff that I don't know, that seems different, that seems almost supernatural for people. What is this reality, y'all? See, most people don't know there isn't just one reality. We are surrounded by multiple parallel dimensions that are right in front of us. Right in front of us. Guys, I've had strange glitches in reality my whole life. That's really why I created this channel. Because I've had some things I'm like, hold on. I gotta talk about it. I gotta talk about it, and we must discuss as a group what is reality. Because I don't think reality is what they tell us it is. It's very fluid. Like, I've seen things with my eyes, small rifts and change in reality that made me question. I'm like, what is this place? Like, seriously. You wanna hear a story? This is an honest to God, true story of a glitch my wife and I had together. True story. We ordered food from a restaurant. For the sides, we ordered broccoli. Okay? Boom. We get the food. Food's on the counter. My wife is taking the food out the bag. Right? Boom, boom. She takes out the broccoli. She sees it. I see it. And matter of fact, my wife says, oh, this is the broccoli. By the time the broccoli reaches the counter, it changed to a salad right in front of us. And we were kind of dumbfounded because we saw the broccoli in her hand. Somehow, some way, that broccoli changed color and shape and turned into a salad. And the crazy thing is, we checked the receipt. We didn't even order a salad. We didn't even order a salad. But that's, just one of those weird glitches in reality, one of those strange rifts in time, because both of us saw it was broccoli and it switched right in front of us. We were flabbergasted. We were dumbfounded. Guys, I've had some other weird things happen that made me question, okay, I don't think this reality is what we think it is. It is constantly molding and changing all the time. Um, prime example. Prime example. Chick-fil-A, right? I remember being stopped at a red light and looking over at this Chick-fil-A that's over there by my house. And the spelling was CHIC, filet, no K. And I commented on it. I said, okay, the marketing team wants to be different. So they spelled Chick-fil-A without the K. Whatever, boom. I kid you not. 1 week later, after they fired up CERN for the first time, now every Chick-fil-A has a K. Now, this is something I'll never forget because I commented on Chick-fil-A never having a K. Now all of them have Ks. And when I spoke to the manager there, he said, no, I mean, we've always had the K. No, you didn't. Now, in my reality, you didn't. It's small things like that, small rifts in reality that really make you question what is happening right now. Like, what is reality? Um, Now, some people suggest that we are surrounded by infinite parallel realities. And we go from parallel reality to parallel reality based on the frequency of our vibration. Based on the frequency of your vibration, that's the reality you get. And I'm starting to really believe that now because I'm seeing small things. For example, if I feel a certain type of way, I will attract things that matches that feeling. It's like I'm in a brand new reality. Very strange. Very, very strange stuff. Carolyn, hello, hello, hello. I got Carolyn and me right in here chilling with me. But it's true. This reality is fluid. It is molding. It is changing all the time. But we just don't know it. Like it's happening on a subtle level where we don't even realize it. For example, another example. I grew up in the 90s and I remember J.C. Penney. J.C. Penney only had one E. Now, J.C. Penney has two E's. It's strange because my wife, she used to work for J.C. Penney, and she says she remembered that J.C. Penney only had one E. But now there's two E's. It's small rifts in reality like that that really make you question what's going on. Like this dimension is it's wild, man. It is extremely wild. This is why I love these stories of glitches in reality. Because I believe it. I believe it because I have also experienced weird things like this. Has anyone listening right now have has any one of you experienced a glitch in reality? If so, please comment what you've experienced because I would love to hear it. Came home, changed the light bulb. They came into a pack. Catman, what's going on? Thanks for coming. Thanks for joining me on my live today. Tonight. Sometimes I have deja vu. Strange things. Like this reality is different. Because just like you, sometimes I have deja vu. And I swear I did this already. It's like I swear, like almost to the point where I know what's going to happen next almost. That's how strong deja vu is. Um, you know, the stories that really trip me out are the stories of people having friends that never existed. Like, meaning people would describe having a friend that they talked to, they had summer vacations with, they would just chill, basketball, spend a lot of time with this person. Only to find out no one else ever like seen this person before. And this person now is just missing in your reality as if it never existed. What? What the hell? That's trippy to me. That's so wild to me. Or stories of people swearing that someone they know have died. Like going to the funeral just to see the person walking and talking again in a different, like, stories like that lets me know this reality is not what we think. Um, you know, like one story in general, like the lady said, like she went to the lady's funeral because like she worked with the lady and she remembers having conversations and grieving with other co-workers about the lady just to find out the lady was still alive. And it just weird things like that. Very weird rifts in reality, rifts in time. I also love the stories of the doppelgangers, right? Of people accidentally running into a parallel version of them. And the stories that trip me out are the people that see their doppelganger. Sometimes the doppelganger is also freaked out. Like, hold on, what am I seeing? Like, two versions of you are staring at you, and both of you are super confused. What is this? What are doppelgangers? Now, I'm gonna start making some documentaries of UFOs and extraterrestrial life. So, it's just a precap. Since I was a little boy, I have no idea why. I just been very, very fascinated with the idea of other life forms. Matter of fact, the very first book that I checked out the library was a UFO book. I've always been intrigued by this. It's as if like I kind of know on some level that we're not alone. Like I know it. And I especially know it now because I have a hybrid friend. Like a legit hybrid friend. Like her mother was a volunteer for this like Air Force base and they did like all type of things and insemination. And she is a legit hybrid. Like she can't even wear her natural hair. Like she can't grow her hair out. She wears wigs everywhere she goes. Nicest lady, but she actually looks like a gray alien a little bit. I'm telling you, the rabbit hole gets deeper. It gets deeper and deeper and deeper. And the deeper you dive into this, the deeper the hole gets. I'm telling y'all, not only are we not alone, but they're walking among us. Already. Already. They're walking among us. On my channel, You Are Creators, I did a video of a man explaining that he was at Home Depot and he was picking up some snake stopper because I guess like him and his neighbor had snakes in the yard. And they were in line. And the person behind him just kept on sneezing. He just kept on sneezing really, really bad. And they looked back at the guy. He's a regular guy. He's sneezing. He sneezes again really hard. And they look at him. And he said this time his face was different. It was like scales on his face. Like he looked like a reptilian. And the guy said they were freaked out. So they bought the stuff and they hurried up to the car. And the guy caught up to him. He said, hey guy, listen. I don't want any trouble. I'm down here just like you, making a living. I don't want any trouble. So please don't tell anybody what you just saw. I'm telling you all, they're walking among us. They're walking. I don't care how crazy I sound because I know I'm right. I know I'm right. I don't believe I'm right. I know I'm right. Remember this live because one day all of this will come to light. Remember this live. Save this live. They're walking among us already. So, one thing I want to tell people is this: just because some of these ETs or interdimensionals, because some of these beings don't come from this dimension, some come from other dimensions, just because they look different doesn't mean they want to hurt you or harm you. Just because some of them look evil, it doesn't mean they want to eat your lunch. It's a big universe. It's a giant universe. And it's a lot of dimensions. And just like with people, I think tolerance will be needed. But I don't know how people will react. When people start seeing these beings for who they really are, I don't know how people will react. I I want people to react with peace and kindness and calmness because like I said, they're already among us. They're already walking among us right now. Some of them have like some type of technology that can cloak their appearance. Don't ask me how. And then some of them can actually, they have like shape shifting capabilities. I know it sounds crazy, but it won't sound crazy after some time. All right, what are people saying? Let's see what you guys are saying. Sometimes when I think about the belly was eating up, too. I'm sorry if you appears to. Sometimes when I think about people in my family, they end up calling me. Yeah, you cussed. So, okay. Has anyone else in my life seen any weird activity in the sky? A UFO, something streak across the sky? Has anyone seen anything strange in the skies? Because I got stories for you. I got some stories for you. So, one of my good friends, Joshua P. Warren, he's one of the Coast to Coast radio members. He is a host for the nighttime Coast to Coast AM show. Josh Warren. He invited me to this ranch in Nevada, and him and his guide, they had these, I guess, these special night vision goggles, right? Like super expensive night vision goggles. And he was like, "Listen, you're going to see things you've never seen before because you're going to look through these lenses and these lenses see a different light spectrum than our eyes can pick up." I said, "All right, cool." Y'all, I kid you not, when I put these things on, it was huge UFOs in the sky. Some of them were were flying really fast. Some were just going slow. Some of them were making right hand turns and stopping on a dime. We're not alone, and they're all around us all the time. All the time. All the time. Somebody said, like, they live glasses. Exactly. Exactly. Um, so, you know, I'm interested in topics like the skinwalker wrench. That's fascinating, man. Man, that's fascinating. Um, we did a story on that on my YouTube channel, Strange but True Stories. We just, we actually just sold that channel, like last month actually. But Skinwalker Ranch is very, very strange. This place has portals, many portals, and many things walk through. Things 12 feet tall, 13 feet tall, werewolf like things. Oh man. So, okay. Wow, wow, wow. Wild stuff. Jamie said, okay, Jamie, thank you, Jamie. Jamie says, I remember Chick-fil-A without a K. Thank you. It didn't have a K. Honestly speaking, Chick-fil-A never had a K. It never had it. And I know that because I made a statement out loud to my wife about it. But now, all of them have Ks. Reality is fluid. It's very, very fluid. Hey, but I love the mysteries of it, though. I love the mysteries of life. I love it. Also, I love cryptozoology. Certain creatures that people think that, you know, oh, it's not real, it's a myth. No, 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 no. They're very much real. They're very much real. Every week for Strange but True Stories, we will receive submissions from strangers, truckers, whatever. One guy, he said that he had parked his truck on the side of the road just to sleep. He was tired. He was tired. And he said he woke up in the middle of the night because he heard some noises. And he looked outside and he said it was a 12-foot gorilla Sasquatch staring back at him. And he said he freaked the F out. He said he turned that truck back on and put it in high gear right away. And I don't blame him. Hold on one second. Let's see. Right away. Scrappy, you are right. A Skechers used to have a T. It doesn't have a T anymore. Very strange. People, our Melissa says, wonder how many people at Skinwalker Ranch are abducted and never know it. That's a great question. That's a great question. See, you know what? You all are my tribe. Like, we can discuss the strange occurrences together. Like, this is a safe place for us to talk about things that most people don't want to talk about. This is a safe place. Um, Here's another one, Scrappy. So, growing up in the 90s, I used to love Curious George. Love Curious George, right? Loved it. And oftentimes in the books, Curious George would have his tail caught in the door or caught in things all the time. Well, now, Curious George doesn't have a tail. And the creator said Curious George never had a tail. Nonsense. I had all the books. Trust me, he had a tail. Trust me, like, oftentimes he would have his tail caught in like the car door or something, whatever. They're saying, nope, he never had a tail. I said, okay, that's strange. Here's another one. Here's another one. My family and I would play Monopoly all the time. growing up, all the time. Well, now the Monopoly man doesn't have a monocle, and that's weird because he's known for having a monocle. Like that's his thing. They're saying no, 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 no. He never had a monocle. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. Stop it. It's small changes like that, small rifts in reality like that, that that lets you know this world is not what they tell us it is. It is not. Absolutely not. Goku said, reality is a dream. You are right, my friend. It is a dream within a dream. It is very fluid and lucid. um, it's crazy. It's like the Monopoly man always had the eyepiece. Melissa, you are right. It always had it. Always. Um, it was another one. I was like, wait, stop, because because these are actually like becoming strange. For example, Fruit of the Loom. Okay, like we all knew Fruit of the Loom had the cornucopia, right? Now they're saying, oh no, we never had a cornucopia. Yes, you did. Yes, you did. Carolyn, you are right. We are living in a multiverse. And it seems like we're traveling in this multiverse all the time. All the time. All the time. All the time. And I mean, yeah, I mean, we just don't realize it. What about the stories of people taking road trips, right? 4 hour 4 hour long road trips, getting to their destination in only 25 minutes. Like I've read so many stories of that, of times where it should have taken, 45 to 50 minutes, but it took, 10 minutes going the speed limit. As if time travel is a thing, or like we can move through time. What's that about? Like, wild occurrences like that. It's like, I don't know. I don't know what to make of it. I don't know what to make of it. But I like it because it keeps me on my toes. I like thinking about what is this reality? It is a dream. It's a dream within a dream. But it feels so real. It feels real. Like as a child, I remember looking into the mirror and saying to myself, wow, you are really in this body. Like this is like the greatest virtual reality game. Oh, wait. I got a real good story to tell you that's 120% true. Okay? And this actually proved to me that we're living in some type of, I don't want to say simulation, but boy, it's something close to it. Okay, so fast forward, what was this, 5 years ago? 5 years ago, I had a lake house, and I was sitting on my dock meditating in a lotus position. Meditating. I'm talking about it was a deep meditation for like 10, 15 minutes. It was really good too. Meditating. Boom. After meditating, I look up, and behind the clouds, It was like infinite ones and zeros in this greenish hue color. And I scrub my eyes and I wipe my eyes. I'm like, no, no, no. I'm not seeing what I'm seeing. And I look back and it's still there. I look away because I'm like, okay, maybe I'm just tripping. I don't know what's going on. I look away and I look back and it's still going on. It's binary code. It was ones and zeros. And it was trailing off. It was as if this part of the cloud didn't render all the way. Like the back of it didn't render. It was ones and zeros coming out of it. I observed this thing for 5 minutes straight until it just slowly faded to nothingness. It was like, back to normal again. I never forgot that. And that was a clear sign to me. I said, hold on, this reality is not what they told us it is. I'm not saying it's a simulation. I'm not saying that. But I'm saying this. If you go on Reddit and search people seeing binary code, I'm not the only one. And it actually brought me comfort. Because I'm like, okay, I can't be the only one that has seen something like this. And I'm not. There's a lot of people on Reddit saying, bro, I just saw binary code. Me too. I saw it too. And I know what I saw. Very strange. Yeah, Carolyn, those stories are fascinating as well. You know, like there are many people that tell similar stories about them reliving a certain day over and over again, like a time loop, like being stuck in a time loop. To me, that sounds terrifying. That sounds absolutely terrifying, that people get stuck in time loops. Sometimes people say they're stuck in this loop for like a day or two or 3 days, like experiencing the same reality 3 days in a row. That's terrifying. I don't care who you are. That's frightening on all levels. But it's happening. What about quantum immortality? I have a friend that says, I don't know how I survived this and I shouldn't be alive. And I'm like, okay, tell the story. He's a buddy of mine. He told me, he said, man, listen, when I was like 23 years old, I was riding my motorcycle and I was going fast, like really fast. And I was on this winding road that was right next to this forest. And he said that he was going so fast that he didn't realize it was a winding road and he was headed straight for the forest. Like there was this dip off spot with no railing. He said he was going straight for this thing. And he said he started to tense up. And he knew that he couldn't turn because he was going too fast. He said the next thing he knew, he had blinked and he was on solid ground going straight. Not even on the road that he was just on. He said, bro, it was no way. It was no way that I survived this. Like, I didn't even see the road winding. I was headed straight for the woods. And I blinked and I'm now going straight down a road I was not down before. Quantum Immortality is, some people believe that if it's not your time to die, you won't die and you will be saved somehow, some way. I got a story for y'all that is okay. Strange things has happened to me in my life. Okay, this is a 100% honest to God true story. Okay, I'm from Chicago. I don't know if you know about Chicago or not, but Chicago is gang infested. Okay, I've never been in, I never been in any gang in my life. Okay, but I was associated with some gang members, but I'm not a gang member. Just some friends of mine. Okay. Long story short, we have a basketball game at my house. It's late at night. I'm in the eighth grade, right? Eighth grade, boom. One of my friends, who's a gang member, he confronts this other gang member and he tells him to switch his hat around, which is a sign of disrespect. Basically, if you have somebody, you know, switch up their hat, that's kind of like disrespectful. So my buddy, who I call my cousin, he started to punk the guy. He was like, "Hey, bro, you know what I'm saying? Like, change your hat around." And he was punking him. And the guy did it. And the guy went home like bad, like sad, like super embarrassed, super embarrassed, super embarrassed. So the next day, I'm staying after class for extra credit. And the teacher just went to the bathroom. So I'm in the classroom by myself, no one else, just me. Guess who walked past the door? The young man that was punked the night before. So he walks into the classroom. His name is Victor. We never had any issues. Victor said, "Hey, so you got your cousin to jump on me yesterday?" What? I said, bro, what are you talking about? Before I could finish my statement, he pulls a black revolver with a wooden handle out of his hoodie. Guys, I kid you not. Everything went in slow motion. Like, okay, if you ever seen the Flash, like from from DC Comics run and everything's in slow motion, that's how it was. Everything was. I'm talking about. He was moving like a snail. I mean, real slow. He was blocking the doorway. He was right in front of me, and there was a desk right in front of us. Before he can get the revolver out, I had blinked and I was in the middle of the hallway. Like I had teleported. Boom. And I was moving so fast that when I looked back, he wasn't even behind me. And listen, guess how lucky I am? When I turned the corner, the two people that I see is the principal and a police officer. I kid you not, this is the honest to God true story. I was like, "Hey, he got a gun. He got a gun." This boy was going to take my life that day. I somehow, some way, before he can pull that gun on me, I had blew past him, and then I had took maybe 3 steps, and then I was in the middle of a long hallway. I had teleported. And I tell the story now, and I got goosebumps because it's it was supernatural. So I'm telling you, this reality ain't what you think it is. true story. Or somebody said, what about the stories where people buy something and go home and they have two? Yeah, I like those stories. I love those stories, Carolyn. I love those stories. So, oftentimes, people will buy one item and then fast forward some days or some months, and now they got two of them. Like one story that I put on the channel was some lady bought this like wooden shoe or something like that from an antique shop, and the shoe had a chip in it. And then fast forward some weeks, and she finds two of them, and both of them have the exact identical chip, as if it just cloned itself. These duplicate, these duplicate glitches in reality. Psst. Wow, wow, wow stuff. I love it. I absolutely love it. Like, this is, I love it. I love it. I love it. So, I promise you all, I'm going to start posting more on Down a Rabbit Hole because I have to share this portion of me with the public. This is a little too strange to go on You Are Creators. So, this is why I created this outlet, because I got to let it out, man. Like, we got to talk about this stuff, y'all. We got to talk about reality switching and glitching and changing and molding and flipping all around us. We have to talk about it. We got to talk about it. We got to talk about it. Good thing where I also get the thing where if I think about someone, they end up calling me after. Yep, that's telepathy. You're right, Melissa. That's telepathy. So, this is what I also found out, people. We're all psychic. All of us are. All of us are. The reason why we don't experience it because of the stuff they're putting in our foods and our drinking water. It is blocking these latent talents and gifts we all have. These, you know, certain foods I can't eat no more because it's poison. Like they're literally putting stuff in the foods and it's affecting our pineal gland, which is really like, the spiritual center of our being. Here's another story. Here's another story that's like pretty wild. My father is a super uber religious man. Okay, so he doesn't believe in like telepathy or clairvoyance, none of that. None of that stuff. He's real religious. I'm talking about real religious. He told me, he said, man, he fasted for 7 days. He said 7 days and drank nothing but spring water. He said after the seventh day, he started reading people's mind and it freaked him out. He said it freaked him out to the point where he started eating again because he didn't like that. Now, for someone like him that is super religious to mention that, that's a big deal for me. Because, yeah. But he said he never forgot that. Like, he knew what people would say. Like, he would hear it in his mind as if they had spoken to him verbally, but they thought it first. He was picking up on their thoughts. Picking up on their thoughts. Like me, for example, This only happened one time, but my wife and we had this, I don't know, it was a mental link. It was early in the morning and we were in the bed, but we were having a full conversation with each other, and we realized, hold on, we're not talking. And when we said that out loud, the connection broke, and we haven't been able to do it again, but it happened one time. We're all psychic. All of us are. All of us are. We can also, okay, since everything is one thing, which is the source, everything's connected. This is how telekinesis works, because everything is one thing, just vibrating at different rates. This is how people can move things, you know, without touching them, because we're all connected. Everything's one source energy. Everything's come from the source. We're all connected. See, these are the conversations I love to have, because you can't have these conversations with normal everyday people. It's like most people are surface thinkers. Like they can't think below the surface. I don't know if they are incapable of doing so, but a lot of people are just surface thinkers. And for people like me, and probably like you, we question what's really happening in the world. We want to know, hold on, what's really going on? Who's really pulling the strings? Like, for example, you know, I don't think everyone that's running the world is human. I think there's something different. I think they're more. I think I think we're gonna find out what's really happening when the time is right. But I don't think we're being told the full story. I think we're being kept in the dark on purpose. You know, growing up, I wanted to be a scientist and inventor, because I wanted to add to the world and help the world invent, you know, free energy, things like that. And when I got older, I realized, oh, you can't, you can't do that. You can't create free energy. You can't do that. They will shut you down in a heartbeat. They will shut you down. And I realized that because every every inventor that has, created free energy or magnetic motors or water cars, all of them have been eliminated. And it kind of breaks my heart, because I'm like, what would this world be if we had this technology? Like, we don't need fossil fuels. We're being held back. Prime example, prime example. Okay. The most efficient electric car today gets you maybe 360 miles per charge, right? Now, some of y'all say, man, that's great. Man, that's great. But is it though? Because back in 1910, Thomas Edison also created an electric vehicle. But his vehicle got 1,000 miles to the charge. So you mean to tell me that the technology back in 1910 is better than the technology in 2024? Come on, y'all, stop. Stop. We're being held back on purpose. On purpose. on purpose. We don't need fossil fuels. Matter of fact, we haven't needed fossil fuels since the 40s. There were inventors that demonstrated 0 point energy in the 40s. I'm talking about demonstrated with 16 other scientific observers that said, wow, well, it is sucking energy from the ether. And there's no wires or batteries. In the 40s, everything I'm saying can be everything I'm telling you can be fully verified. Every single thing. Fully verified. See, like this oh man, this stuff is wild. My favorite inventor is the great Nikola Tesla. Matter of fact, I have a mural, a painted mural of him in my house right now. And what I found out about him is actually crazy and nobody's talking about it. If you go on the CIA website and go on their declassified files, if you search in Nikola Tesla, they'll pull up a file for you on the government website telling you that Tesla was not from here, that some visitors came and handed Nikola Tesla to his Serbian parents. This is on the website, on the actual, factual, official CIA website, that Tesla is from elsewhere. This is how he was able to create. I'm talking about magnificent designs. I'm talking about Tesla was so ahead of his time that scientists today still can't keep up. They still can't keep up because he wasn't from here. Again, everything I'm saying can be verified. Do your own research. You say, wow, he was right. Yep. Because I did my own research. These are the things that thrill me. These are the things I like to teach. We're not alone. We've never been alone. We're never going to be alone. Um, I don't know if some of you seen this interview, but back in 2020, like right when COVID hit, right when it hit, I interviewed Captain Randy Kramer, and he is a actual captain in the Marine Corps, and he's not a whistleblower. He said he was asked by his lieutenant, no, by his brigadier officer, to be a public liaison, to start giving people information of what's really happening, of the secret space program they talk about. Y'all, I listen, I have delved deep deep into this conversation, deep into this study. Y'all, there is so much they're not telling us that is mind-blowing. They have technology that they've got from the graves that if you didn't know any better, you would call it magic. I mean, technology that basically what I'm saying is these graves have mastered time travel already. These grays have mastered interdimensional travel already. Humans think we are advanced. We're being held back, severely held back. And someone that is a inventor, I thrive for a new world. I thrive for a world of advancement. Like, I feel like I'm talking too much. Ah, yes. Val Valiant Thor. We did a story on that um, for my channel, Strange But True Stories. Val Valiant Thor. Y'all, listen, don't believe what I'm telling you. Do your own research. Don't believe us. Don't believe a thing I tell you. Just do your own research. And you'll find, wow, he was telling the truth. I feel like I said too much already. I love you all. Like, subscribe, and I promise I'm going to start posting more videos soon. I promise. Have a wonderful, safe night.